Hello and welcome. I am Scrapperlock, and this is City of Heroes on the Rebirth server. We are with Quintessence Last, our level 46 Brute, who has 24.6 million experience earned, 1.2 million to go to get to level 47, and we're on a story arc for Maria Jenkins, the hero's epic, and she says Penelope Yin thinks that Mother Mayhem's insanity may be behind Positron's abduction on Praetoria. Praetor Tillman Mother runs the Mother of Mercy Psychiatric Hospital, etc. Penelope will go with you, help you take down the asylum. Now, my recollection is this was pretty brutal, and one of the problems we had was that Penelope wasn't able to follow us too well. So I don't know if we're going to be able to do this one on +3. I know I keep saying that, and we keep being able to do it, so knock on wood. Hopefully we will be able to. As always, if it becomes impossible, I will pause the video, do everything else but the elite boss on +0, and then I'll bring you back to watch the final defeat of the elite boss. So I'm gonna basically ignore Penelope in here at least until we get to the boss, because the elite boss, because I don't need her for anything else. So if she gets lost, I don't really care. I'm not gonna worry about escorting her. So we need to find Positron, but we won't be able to do that, I'm sure. Defeat Mother Mayhem and defeat Malaise. Okay, so Penelope's doing alright. Somebody up there is attacking. Yeah, so these guys are Psy. This is gonna be pretty rough because I don't have any defense against Psy. Now Penelope can give it right back to them, which is nice, but we don't have any psionic defense or resistance. Nobody does except willpower, generally, as a defense set. So guys, as we go, let's talk about role-playing games. On the D&D Beyond forum, one of the a GM came in and talked about a player of his who's playing a wizard. Now, typically wizards have very high intelligence as one of their stats because you use intelligence for spell casting, and most players who create wizards put their weakest stat in strength. And so they do that because they don't need strength for any of their abilities, and everybody's going to have at least one bad stat. So he's got his lowest stat, 8 strength or whatever. What are you doing, Penelope? What are you doing? Like, how did she know there was a bad guy up here? Like, how did she aggro to them? So anyway, this wizard, that's called your dump stat, right? The stat that is your weakest. When you deliberately chose to put the stat that is the lowest into the score that is the lowest into a stat that you don't really want, that's called the dump stat. What is she fighting now? And so this wizard dumped strength. Well, now they're getting to higher level, and he feels very weak, and he wants to increase his strength. But now in D&D, you can use every 4th level, you get what's called an attribute. What is it called? An automatic stat increase or something like that. It's an ASI is the abbreviation, but I can't remember what it stands for. You get an automatic increase of 2 points to any one stat, or 1 point to any 2 stats that you want every 4 levels of your character. There's Malaise. She's a level 50 elite boss. My goodness. Alright, so we're definitely going to need some inspirations for this. We're going to go right in and... Or he. Is it a he or a she? It's a he. And we're going to kick his butt. Yep, and the only defense I have is the luck. I'm gonna try not to use, if I can, too many inspirations, because if not, if I do, we're gonna have to go out and get more to fight Mother Mayhem. Fortunately, I don't have any defense against him, but the debuffs work just as well against Psychic as against anything else. So this player, in D&D, created a wizard, dumped his strength, made it his lowest stat, and then he's complaining that his character is weak. And you get these automatic stat increases, these ASIs, every 4 levels. But because strength is not useful to a wizard, and intelligence and other abilities are, this player did not want to waste one of his automatic stat increases on strength to make it stronger. So he didn't like that his character was a weakling, can't lift objects, puny, etc. Doesn't like that at all, but he doesn't want to spend any points, as it were, on strength. And so what he asked to do is, can I just have my character work out on the downtime in between adventures, and can I just raise his stats, right? Just raise his strength. And so the DM posted and said, should I allow this? And most of us said, no. If he wants to increase his strength, he should use the rule and increase his strength instead of his intelligence the next time he levels up. There's Mother Mayhem. She's a level 49 elite boss. So what we're going to do is, no, Penelope. Oh, God, she's going to aggro. Well, I was going to try to taunt. But I guess that's not going to happen now. So, so then he... so the player doesn't want to use the ASI, right? He just wants to get his strength. And so then people were saying, well, he could get a magic item. And then the DM said, yeah, but then he's got to waste an attunement slot on the magic item, and he doesn't want to do that either. So he basically just wants to get free higher strength because he doesn't like having a low strength. And what I responded is, this is about choices. And if you think back, in a previous episode with this character, actually, I talked about choices, and I talked about what makes a role-playing game. And I said one of the things that makes a role-playing game is that things that characters do matter, that you can affect the world with your choices. Choices matter, and what makes them matter is that the world changes after you do whatever it is. And I actually pointed out that City of Heroes, by this definition, really technically isn't a role-playing game, because City of Heroes, you can't change the world, right? We defeated Mother Mayhem here, but every other player that that comes into this adventure is also going to fight her. You can't permanently defeat her, right? You can't actually defeat her. You can't change the world. There are no choices. You can't choose whether to do this mission. Once you're on the story arc, you have to do it. And in fact, I wasn't even able to choose whether to go on the story arc. Just by talking to the NPC, it gave me the story arc. So I didn't get any choices, right? But in a normal role-playing game, your character, what makes something a role-playing game is that you can make choices for your character as a player. But when you make choices, there are consequences to the choice, right? So this player made choices with his wizard. He made 3 choices. First, at the beginning, he chose to give him strength as his lowest attribute. Then, when he leveled up, he has chosen not to use the level up attribute buffs every 4 levels to raise his strength. And then he has chosen not to use an attunement slot with his magic items, to use a strength-based item like Gauntlets of Ogre Strength or Power or whatever it is. So, this player has made 3 choices that require him basically to have a low strength, and he's mad because his choices left him with a low strength. And so my point here is that choices are supposed to matter in a role playing game. And as a player, you shouldn't be upset that you made choices and now you have to live with those choices. You made the choice. You chose to have a low strength and a high intelligence. You chose not to attune to any magic items that could give you a higher strength. And I have no idea where the clue for positron is. I don't remember, and I don't remember enough about this mission to remember where that is. So choices are what make a role-playing game go, right? There are games where you don't get any choice. My example was Candyland, right? And I wasn't trying to be funny about that or belittling, but one of the things that I don't like Candyland as a game. I mean, I like playing it with my nephews because they're cute and it's a fun game for them. But one of the things I always disliked about it was if I wanted to throw the game for him, I couldn't, because you can't. In Candyland, you draw cards and they tell you which space to go on, and it's random which card you draw, and you just go on the space it tells you, and you do whatever it says in the space. And there are no choices. You can't make any choices at all. And so, yeah, if you want a game where choices don't matter, play Candyland, because choices matter in a role-playing game. Like, that's kind of the definition of a role-playing game, is you get to make choices that matter, and then you get to experience the results of those choices, right? And that's what makes something a role-playing game. So when you choose, like my players in my group chose, oh, there's the glowy, I missed it. The players in my group chose not to fight an astral dragon when they were given a quest to fight it, and they accepted that quest. They made the choice not to actually fight it and to negotiate with it instead. And that choice had consequences. They don't have the magic items. I missed this here. They don't have the magic items that the dragon had in its treasure. So they got less treasure. They got less magic items, less gold. They're poorer. But on the other hand, they also avoided a very dangerous fight, and maybe one of them would have died. Later on, the same group kind of over-aggroed in the Shrine of the Kuatoa, and they might have died from that. And there were consequences of the choices they made that led to the over-aggroing. That is what role-playing games are all about. And so it sounds to me like the player of this wizard just wants to get free high strength. He doesn't want to have a low stat. And so what he's saying is, give me a better stat array than everybody else. That's literally what he wants. And obviously that's not fair. So what I said was, first of all, that's a hard no for me. I would say, if you want a higher strength, look for a magic item that does it and attune to that magic item, or raise your strength using your stat increase every 4 levels. That's what it's there for. If you want your wizard to work out, great. That's a good reason to put the +2 in that stat. No problem. But you're not getting it for free. I said the only other thing you can do as a dungeon master would be to offer free upgrades to 1 stat to every single player. They might not all take it. Some of them might be smart enough to realize it's going to make them overpowered, and they don't want to be overpowered because they want to play a fun, challenging game. I might be that way. But what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Everybody gets the same opportunities. So if you're going to let the wizard raise his 8 strength to a 10 for free, then you've got to let the barbarian raise his 8 intelligence to a 10 for free. And you've got to let the sorcerer raise his 8 constitution to a 10 for free. And you've got to let the cleric raise his 8 charisma to a 10 for free. Everybody gets the same choices. Everybody gets the same options. Everybody gets the same boosts. Otherwise, it's not fair. Let's talk to Maria Jenkins. She says, Diabolique is Emperor Cole's personal ghost. I need you to go to Infernal's lair and see if they have him. So Diabolique is storming Infernal's lair, I guess. So we got to go to Infernal's lair, which is under Praetoria. I'm not reading all the text because I've done these missions before, so I already know what it is. It's basically fight every single elite boss on the Praetorians one-on-one until you face who's the last one? I don't even remember. Oh, you have to face whoever's got Positron captive, and I can't remember who that is. Yeah, what you're doing is you're chasing Positron all over the multiverse until you finally reach him at the end, and I think might be Manticore helps you. I can't remember now. Yeah. So one of them helps you in each one. This one's Miss Liberty. Again, I'm going to ignore her. So Diabolique is in a kind of like a pump room at the end of this sewer. Demon Lords, huh? I don't remember where the entrance is. Or like sort of where the hallway is. Oh, this is going to be fun. I'm not going to be able to hit these guys because they have invincibility, and it gives them like plus 90 defense. So yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it seems like a lot of players in role-playing games don't like consequences. They want to be able to just do whatever, just do whatever's cool, and not have any consequences for it, and just win in a walkover. Well, I guess you can play that way. Some people like it. Certainly, it's not my style. That's got to be a way out. I don't think that that's where we want to go. Or maybe it is. Nope, it looks like there's a way in north of us. Is it? I can't tell. Nope, that's a dead end. I love how they didn't even map it. That's just so lazy. So she's interesting. She seems to have some martial arts and some electricity. Miss Liberty. I don't remember this map at all. Okay, my guess is we're going to be zigging and zagging, right? Based on the spacing, we're probably going to come down here, come up here, and go back around. This is like the kind of map I used to make when I was a kid. Just one way spiraling through, and the exit is, like, the end is right where you started physically on the map. Where'd she go? The end is right where you started physically on the map, but there's only one way to get there, and you got to go winding around through all these different tunnels to get there. Look at this. Can't hit him. And she's only making it worse because with her next to us, that's even more defense for them. Oh good, an elite resistance fighter. At least they're not demons. this isn't a defeat all, so we don't actually have to fight all these guys. And she doesn't seem to be aggroing to them. My gosh, look at the size of this mission. And that's going to wrap around, right? Look at this, neither one of us can hit him. What's my chance to hit? Smite 9%. Yep, he's got me floored. He turned on 1 power. And he dropped me by like 80% to hit. And that's just ridiculous. You could 6 slot with sets all day with the invincibility power, what is it? Yeah, invincibility power from PCs, and there is no way that you would get minus 90. There is just no way that you would get a 90 defense. You'd be lucky to get, I think, 15 defense from it if you fully set slotted it. Maybe you could get plus 20 from a couple of foes around you. And it's like plus 2% per foe. Where'd she go? And I'm not using the accuracy because I know we're going to be fighting elite bosses at the end, and I think there are 2 of them. So I'm trying to save the inspirations. I'll just let Miss Liberty help us with both of us attacking. 10% chance. Sooner or later, one of us will hit. Oh shoot! I did not mean to hit that panic power. That was a mistake. I did not mean to hit that. That's really frustrating. Well, I guess we can just go ahead and pound, because they won't be able to do anything to me now. That was a complete mistake. I did not mean to hit that. It was a misclick. I was not intending to click, and my finger just flinched on the mouse, and oh well. Yeah, so these guys at +4 are not fun because you cannot hit them. And if I had realized I was going to be fighting all these guys, I would have turned it to +0 just because of how frustrating they are to fight. You can see, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, counting hers, 5, 6, 7, finally hit, right? 1 and 8. So as I said, down here, wrap around and back up. And I really don't even remember this this mission in any great detail. It's just that's how they do maps. Now we gotta be careful here. We only got about a minute left on our panic power. %10 chance to hit, yep. And a 10% chance to hit in COH seems like a 1%, and like you never hit. Alright, I'm gonna have to burn an accuracy because this is just ridiculous. Alright, so now we gotta wait until our panic power wears off. I don't even remember what it's called. What is it called? Overload. Yeah, I'll never remember that. Elude I remember, Moment of Glory I remember, but Overload I never will. So now we have to wait. I will bring you guys back when our endurance is back up and our toggles are running again. Okay, folks. We are back. I absolutely, if I cannot beat Diabolique at +3, will do this at +0. There's no way I want to go through this again. It's just too frustrating to miss all the time like this. And I just can't use up the accuracies because we need them for her. I believe there are 2 bosses in that room. I don't remember who the other one is. Oh, Infernal. Okay. It says it right up there. Not sure which way we have to go here. This looks like it. Okay. Yeah, she should do more of that ranged attacking, because their invincibility doesn't work if there's nobody next to them. It doesn't work as well. She does some pretty good damage. So there's Infernal. Don't know where Diabolique is. So I may have to go back out of here to get more inspirations after fighting Infernal. I fought him at +0, but I have not fought him. And there's Diabolique. Oh, not good. She flies all over the place, so we definitely want to fight Infernal first. Doesn't seem to be anybody else in here. At least from the tab targeting. I know they're trying to be atmospheric with this fog, but it's really annoying. Because you can't see hardly at all. Okay. Mizel, come with me. Do not aggro him. We want to fight this demon over here first. All these demons, we don't want them getting involved in the fight. Diabolique is going to fly all over the place. She's going to be super frustrating to fight with this character because she flies and I can't, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to beat her. Nice job, Mizel. Yeah, we just have to wait. Okay. So now where was Infernal? There. Okay. No, come back. Okay. I will pause it. I'm going to wait the 39 seconds for my heal to come back, and then we will go after Infernal. Alright, folks. We're ready to go. We're going to kick his butt. I'm going to taunt him to see if I can make him not attack Miss Liberty. I should be doing way more damage to him than she is. And so I shouldn't need to do too much taunting, but I will try to keep him taunted. So that he doesn't attack her. So that we have her for the Diabolique fight. She's definitely helping us out. We've got him pretty well floored now. Or maybe not floored, but we've got him as low as we're going to get him, right? He's probably got about a 32% chance, 35 to hit us. Alright, so we got him. Now we just have to defeat Diabolique. Don't know if we're going to be able to do it. But we're going to try. And we do have our panic power back. It may help us against her because I don't think she's psionic, but I'm not sure. Does it actually say if we can we ask for info from her? Not really. No description. All right. A taunt her just to make sure she doesn't go after Miss L. Try to keep those hit points up as high as possible. Doing okay so far. Keep her taunted. Hate this unaffected business. But we'll just keep doing it. Yep, and now she flies away. She always does this. She's super frustrating at this point. Yep, there's nothing I can do, and now she's going to heal up. And there's nothing I can do about it, because I'm never going to be able to get up there to get her. I do have a fly power. That's going to turn off all my toggles. So now I have to re-engage them. This has to be the most annoying arch-villain, or whatever you want to call it, in the game. Because of all the jumping around. Believe it or not, guys, this may end up being an autocomplete because I can't stand this. This is so super frustrating. It's like they purposely programmed her to be incredibly annoying. Gosh, I hate this. And she's unaffected too, so even though you're hitting her, we're close. Nope. And she's way up there again. See if I can taunt her to me. Where is she? I can't find her. There she is. Wow, this is so frustrating. Yeah, I will not be playing this mission again. If we can't do it, it's an autocomplete, because I can't stand this. This is just maddening. It's like they did it to grief anybody who can't fly. Put the panic power on. That's all we got left. Alright, we got her. I was about to say, if I can't beat her by the time the panic power's over, I'm going to just go out of the mission and auto-complete it, but we got it. Yeah, that's the absolute worst elite boss in the game. At least on the hero side. Villain side, obviously, Lord Recluse is pretty awful too. Yeah, and she was debuffing me with her stupid kinetics as well. You can see how slowly I'm running. Alright. So we did that one. And now we need to get Positron out of Dominatrix and Marauder's clutches. I don't know if this is the finale, because a lot of times, and I just don't remember, and a lot of times they'll say, oh, we have to go and finally get him, and then you don't get him. I think it might be the end, but we will stop here, guys, because it's been a while, I believe. Yeah, we're on 34 minutes. So we're going to stop here. That, you know, I don't want to get us into a 50-minute episode. And we'll finish up this story arc probably next time. Until then, I am Scrapperlock, and this is City of Heroes on the Rebirth server.